Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Let's hear some noise. Woo! My name is Alana Matos, and I'm the co-founder of Kayla.
And I am Lauren Casio. I am the co-founder of Abartis Health, and I can tell you that we are so excited to be on this stage today.
It brings back some pretty amazing memories. Not too long ago, we were up here for our generation, Gen 2, and I can tell you it's a really nerve-wracking experience. So before we go on, we want to give a round of applause to the 25 founders that you will see here today. Let's get them pumped up. Woo!
So we can tell you from experience that standing on this stage after a 20-week accelerator is exhilarating, but also nerve-wracking. And these companies not only went through 20 weeks of intense acceleration, but they went through Hurricane Maria. So today, we are recognizing that these companies are hurricane strong.
So with this, we want to officially welcome you to Parallel 18's Generation 4 Demo Day. Wanda, marketing manager at P18, wants us trending, so please use the hashtag P18 Demo Day when you post. So take out your phones, take tons of pictures, put them on Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Hashtag P18 Demo Day. Tweet or upload pictures of the event and give hashtag P18 Startups a shout out in all social media platforms.
All right, guys, so before we go into the pitches, we are going to have a few words from Parallel 18's Executive Director, Sebastian Vidal. So let's give him a round of applause and welcome him to the stage.
Thank you. Round of applause to our AMCs of this morning, please. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Parallel 18 Demo Day number 4. It's a great, great day. Guys, you know, every demo day, I've been in like 16 so far. And I think every demo day is important, is relevant, special, right? But there's a reason why this one seems more important than the rest. And it's because literally 6 months we weren't sure if the program will keep going, right? But even though, you know, we were hit deeply by a hurricane, we were able to stand up. And while we're doing that, we reached some historical achievements, like Pre-18, a generation of companies that are going to be working extremely hard for Puerto Rico, 100% local companies that are starting in April. This year. A new generation of 28 hurricane-strong startups that are presenting this morning that were able to grow even more after this storm. This type of particular entrepreneur, and this is what gets interesting, adapt, as we all did, as loving cold showers, becoming a Wi-Fi and cell signal searching zombies, working in the dark as long as the Wi-Fi worked, 3D printing everything, including musical instruments. It's weird. But above all, their resiliency is inspiring, and their growth despite adversity is surprising. They truly represent the entrepreneurial spirit that we want in Parallel 18. We are on a mission, people, to transform the Puerto Rican economy. And the 25 companies that you are about to see are a testament that it can be done in the island. I want to say thanks to the amazing Parallel 18 team that was behind all of this. Yes. Also the support of the Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust. Round of applause, please. Thank you. Our amazing sponsors of today, Universidad Sagrado Corazón, the theater where you are today, T-Mobile, and Morro Ventures. Also, I want to say thanks to all of our guests, all of our mentors, and our amazing investors that are this morning here. Thank you guys for coming. That's pretty much it. Welcome again and have a great demo day. Okay, this is the part I like the most. I would like to introduce my boss, the CEO of the Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust, Lucy Crespo.
Good morning. Are you ready? Okay, bueno, I believe, we are delighted to be here. As Sebastian mentioned, this is a special demo day for all of us because this is the best demonstration of we have the capability of Puerto Rico of resisting Hurricane Maria, make a short stop and rethink our strategy, and then, stand up and move forward in a very, very positive way. And that is exactly what we did here with this program. I want to express my deepest appreciation, first, as Sebastian mentioned, to the Parallel AT and the Trust team that no matter what happened, kept working, kept all these people engaged. And I also want to express my deepest appreciation to the 2018 that are warriors and our hero, because they, independently of the experience, which was not a positive one, right? They came back and they are doing their best. They kept working through all the time they were out of Puerto Rico for those companies that were relocated outside of Puerto Rico, and the ones here stay here and work here. So when we are looking for that gene, okay, that make change possible in a country and in economy, that is what we are going to have today. So I'm going to stop here because I'm sure you will enjoy the beautiful stories and the tremendous success of each one of this team, okay? Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Lucy and Sebastian. That was awesome. Again, we would like to thank our host, Universidad Sagrado Corazón, and its Center for Collaborative Innovation, NIUCO, for lending us this beautiful venue and for believing and supporting innovation.
All right, guys. So I know that I'm looking forward to seeing all of these wonderful companies. I know you guys are too. But first, for everyone who has not been to a Parallel 18 demo day before, I'm going to give you the rundown. So every company is going to have 4 minutes to pitch. They have a clock right here on stage to know when their time is up. An investors panel that's here with us today is going to have 2 minutes to ask questions afterward, where the founders are going to have the opportunity to give answers. If the time runs out before the founder is done pitching, somebody is going to come on stage and we are going to give them a very warm applause. All right?
So we're gonna actually practice that now. So time's up. Let's give a round of applause. Yeah. Nice. Just like that. The rest of the 4 hours, I want just that. So we need to keep that level of energy, and I'm counting on you. There's going to be a 15-minute break around 10:30 a.m., and then we'll continue with the second half of the pitches and questions. If you see a company you'd like to talk to, feel free to do so during the break, or talk to the Parallel 18 team, the guys and gals with the awesome t-shirts that you've been seeing around today, and they'll arrange a meeting.
Okay. So even though all of these companies are here to share their business with you, and they're all looking for investors and opportunities, there'll be 2 champions of Demo Day. The audience is going to choose one. That is the People's Love Award, and T-Mobile has been able to give us the opportunity to do this, one of our wonderful sponsors. So you'll be able to text, and this will happen right after the last pitch. I'm sure there'll be instructions on the screen behind me on how to do this. We also have a really special thanks to Morro Ventures for sponsoring this demo day. So maybe give them a very brief round of applause.
All right. So the awards will be presented right after a short pause when we'll have some fun surprises. And that's it. As is tradition with Parallel 18, we're running on a tight schedule, so you can expect to be out by around lunchtime. So now we're getting the sign that we have to wrap up, but not without reminding you to use hashtag P18DemoDay on social media and recognizing the amazing work of the P18 group, the interns, the volunteers running the show today. I think they deserve a round of applause too. So just one more thing to do before we start the company pitches. I'm going to introduce all the amazing investors that are visiting for Demo Day today. So when I call your name, please stand up so we can know who's writing the checks. All right. John Asen, angel investor for over 18 years. Fernando Pontaza, managing general partner of Invariantes Fund, the first investment fund for startups in Guatemala. Valentina Vitols, originally from Venezuela. She resides now in Seattle and is a member of the Women Investors Network Pipeline Angels. John Ritchie, investor and founder of US Angels. Roman Leal, managing partner in Leap Ventures, an investment fund in San Francisco with a focus in Latin American founders. Sana Fatima, investment manager in Lockheed Martin Ventures, an investment team member in 37 Angels, a network of women investors. And last but not least, Candace Matthews, executive director of Hillman Accelerator in Cincinnati, Ohio, supported by a fund focus in startups founded by minorities. And here to join her is Hannibal Burris, one of the angel investors in that fund. Never mind. Okay.
Okay, guys, it's really happening. It is time to start watching these companies pitch. If you are a pet parent, you probably know how difficult it is to find the right person to care for your cat or your dog when you have to travel. Cuida Mi Mascota has a solution for you. Let's hear it. Big round of applause for Ignacio.
Well, hello, I'm Ignacio from Cuida Mi Mascota. Cuida Mi Mascota means take care of my pet in Spanish. So, where do you leave your pet when you have to travel? Well, you have these options. You can travel with your pet, but you know they will travel like that, and it's very expensive. You can leave it with a family member or a friend, but you know it's annoying, and they don't know how to do it. And also, you can leave it in a traditional kennel, but you know they will be in a cage. And also, if you want a premium service, it's so expensive. So, that's why we create CuidaMiMascota.com. We are a marketplace that connects pet owners with trustful pet sitters that offer cage-free, safe, and cost-effective care. We have a web and 2 mobile apps. This is the story of our team. 6 years ago, I have my company Argentina Food Delivery, Olga in Mexico. We merged, and 1 year after, we were acquired by Delivery Hero, the world leader in the industry. And when we left the company, we decided to still working together, and we joined 2 nerds, these guys, Guillermo and Roxana. We make this great team. So this is our traction. We have been growing a lot since October 2015. In the last quarter, we grew 165% year over year, and quarter to quarter, 60%. We have made 10,000 bookings. That means 40,000 nights booked. That means that we generate $500,000 US in gross merchandise volume. And with a 25% commission, we make $155,000 in revenue. We have 2,000 sitters in the platform, and we are in Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Argentina. We have not only grown in new users, we have also been growing a lot in recurring users, and you know why? Because they love our service. You know the stars here, 5,000 reviews, almost 5 stars on average. We also offer an insurance in each booking for the pet, for the owner, and the sitter. The market of pets in LATAM is huge. You know, there are 170 million pets in LATAM that generate $15 billion US. And as an example, there are in Mexico there are 70% of the families has at least one pet. And you know, it's one of the fastest growing markets. If we compare with the baby market, that is a booming market, this grows 3 times faster. And you know why? Because of the phenomenon of the humanization of pets, that it's treating like the pet like your family, like a family member. So we are looking for $500,000. We have 400 committed and funded. We are also looking for local partnerships. We have these great investors like Social Capital, 500 Startups, and Invariantes. Well, if you are traveling this week in Semana Santa, you have this coupon, 50% off, coupon Semana Santa. Enjoy. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your exit strategy? Very briefly.
Exit strategy? Well, you know, it's very similar of the food delivery industry. There are popping like a lot of companies in every country. We are one of the largest in Latin America, actually one of the first one. But they are like growing big in Europe, in the US, and sometime in these following 5 years, they will start the consolidation. So we may buy the company or they will buy us, for sure.
Hey, I like the data point on the recurring. How much are you spending per customer for acquisition?
Yeah, it's $12 per customer. And we are getting the first $13. So in the first buy, you know, conversion, we pay the acquisition. And the lifetime value it's 3 times a year. The repurchase is 3 times a year. Well done? Okay. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Okay, give it up again. So this next startup provides retailers and brands pricing intelligence and has some pretty interesting growth numbers. So give it up for ByPrice.
Hello, my name is Julian Stastny and I'm the founder of ByPrice, a pricing intelligence tool for retailers. But before I tell you more about ByPrice, I would like to introduce you to Bob. Bob is the head of pricing at a medium-sized supermarket chain. So he's basically responsible for 100 stores and 30,000 products each per store. So basically he puts a price tag on 3 million products. And in order to perform well at his job, Bob has to keep track on what are his competitors doing. So there we are talking about 12 million prices, which might change at any given time. So that's pretty much impossible. And over here you can see what is the result. Without our technology, it takes Bob up to 2 weeks in order to notice and react on prices and on changes of the price in the market. And not having the right price is a huge problem in the industry, because it leads to pricing too high, which leads to less sales, and broken customer trust on the one side, and pricing too low means that you miss out on potential profit. That is why we came up with ByPrice. We gather all online information on major retailers and pharmacy chains, and with our tech uniquely match the products across retailers in order to provide Bob with a tool which allows him to monitor everything which is happening in the market in real time. Right now, we have the biggest real-time data set in Mexico and Puerto Rico for the fast-moving consumer goods market. So with our tool, you can monitor over 10,000 shops and 300,000 SKUs. So that's basically everything you could possibly find at a Walmart. And this is what Bob is actually working with. On one single view, we provide Bob with possibilities, with options to where to lower prices, where to raise prices in order to obtain more profit, but we also tell them about internal errors, such as missing pictures or pricing errors, where they simply have put a comma, a zero too much or too many. It also helps in order to get a better understanding of how products work on a micro or macro level across a whole region. So our product is software as a service, which basically caters to all companies which are in the fast-moving consumer goods market, such as supermarkets, pharmacies, brands, and pharmaceutical companies. And with our commercial alliance with one of the biggest information companies in the world, it is rapidly scalable to new geographical markets. Traction-wise, we launched our final product at the end of 2017, and by now we have signed one of the biggest pharmacy chains in Mexico, one of the biggest supermarkets in Mexico, and Kellogg's, one of the biggest CPGs, with a combined contract volume of $450,000 US. We have a founders team with a proven track record, coming from a background of fintech, online security, or running e-commerce. And right now we are raising capital in the form of a convertible note of $500,000 US, mainly to focus to strengthen our IT and commercial efforts. Thank you very much for your attention. We are ByPrice, the biggest online database for price optimization in Puerto Rico and Mexico. And if you think that we could help you to maximize your profits, please get in touch with me. Thank you very much.
Who do you sell in the enterprise? Like, who's your client within the company?
We've got in the company, like in the structure, head of pricing usually. It's head of pricing for supermarkets and pharmacies, and for consumer good brands and pharmaceutical companies, it's also brand managers, for example, or the managers, brand managers basically. Also for the marketing team, so they can actually monitor how the channel is performing and who is violating negotiations, prices, etc.
For the $500K convertible note, what is your use of funds?
It's IT. We need to grow our IT, and also commercial efforts. We've got another part for marketing and also user experience and customer experience.
Who's your main competition?
In Latin America, there is one competitor. We distinguish ourselves against this competitor with the commercial alliance we have, which gives us access to the biggest data bank in the health sector, in the fast-moving consumer goods sector. So our data, I would say, is more accurate and also 100% aligned to what the industry is working with. So it's basically integrated into the reports they're already used to work with, so you don't have to see where and how the data is gathered, how it's categorized, how it's ordered, basically.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now you guys are going to hear from a company that is making gay men feel excited about online shopping. Please welcome Daniel from Excited.
I'm just so excited to be here with you. We're building the first gay brand in Latin America. My name is Daniel. So you might be asking yourself, am I going to see naked guys in the next slides? And the answer is no, sadly no. We're building the first gay brand in Latin America to bring the products that we really like and make people feel good about themselves. We're focused on male underwear through an e-commerce model. And the story goes this way. I'm gay. I want to buy a sexy, jockstrap, colorful. Don't find many options in department stores, neither online. And I just realized that gay market is underserved in Latin America. And it's kind of stupid because 6% of the population identify themselves as gay. That means 19 million people. If we were a country, not that I'm proposing to found a gay country, we would be larger than Chile's population. And we spend 15% more in fashion and beauty. Wow. And now is the time, as gay market and gay rights and gay awareness is increasing in the region, finally. So Excited is making gay men feel good about themselves through a targeted communication, pro-diversity brand, and bringing the products that we really love, gathering that consumer data and generating excited products, so it's becoming more exciting. And we are happy, really happy to announce that after our customer request, we're launching Excited Premium, a membership, monthly membership to send them fresh underwear every month. We're excited. My name is Daniel. I have 2 years of experience in working as a CMO for an e-commerce startup in Rocket Internet, some experience brand building in Unilever, and my partner has experience in the operations part, working in the dining industry and TV production also. Our traction, $135 in the last 12 months at sales, with a 45 average order. And think about that for a moment. $45 in underwear. That's a high ticket. With certified repurchase rate 90 days, we're tapping to a loyal consumer base that is overlooked, with a 55% gross margin. So we are really capturing the value that we do. And we are so excited that we're launching our first underwear product in Puerto Rico as a test market to tap to the gay Hispanic market. Our competition is mainly indirect. We have mom and pops in gay neighborhoods that happen to sell online. Some of our products are sold in some retailers, department stores. But the gay online shopping is our thing. It's a $4 billion market in Latin America and a $10 billion in the US, and we want that market. We're looking for a seed investment of $500K. We're just starting our seed round, mainly for customer acquisition, new product development, and hiring. And we are ready to get to a $2 million revenue year. So if you're so excited that you just can't hide it, please use our coupon, Demo Day, and shop in our Mexico and Chile side. Or if you're here in Puerto Rico, feel free to join our waiting list. Thank you very much.
Can you expand a little bit on your customer acquisition strategy?
Oh, sorry. I'm just this one. Yeah, we mainly acquire customers through a Facebook marketing. So we want to invest heavily on social media, and that would be it. We have a $11 CAC.
So what's next? Besides underwear, what else do you have on the horizon? There's got to be more.
We see ourselves as a gay brand more than an underwear brand, so we can expand to beauty, we can expand to adult toys, we can expand to health. So we want to become the gay brand, that multi-category that serves that community really good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was one of my favorite pitches ever, so give it up again. Okay. So, do we have any fitness enthusiasts in the crowd today? Woo! Okay, me too. So, if you're a fitness enthusiast, you're going to want to pay attention to this next company, so give it up for Atlas Wearables.
Hi. My name is Peter Lee, CEO and co-founder of Atlas. We are a 3D machine learning company with funding from Techstars, Adidas, and Parallel 18. There are many products on the market today for walking, for cycling, and for running. If you're into fitness, you may already have one of these products, and you know how much you love them. Every time you go work out, you need to turn on that app. But there's a problem. These technologies work on step counts and GPS, leaving another larger half of the fitness market unserved. So if you swim, do jumping jacks, do push-ups, or use free weights, there's no product for you. That's where Atlas comes in. A year and a half ago, we launched the first wearable device designed to track your fitness. And today, we've improved the technology and hardware platform in a smaller device that can track over 3,000 different activities. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, swimming, and more. We've expanded our technology, software technology, across multiple hardware platforms, from wearable devices that we manufacture to Android Wear watches, as well as smartphone devices. You can strap a smartphone onto your arm and get a similar experience to what's available on our wristbands. And the greatest thing is, people really do love fitness. In the last 12 months, we have over 1.8 million workout tracks. And over the last 2 years, we're showing 3 times the customer retention than a typical wearable device. This is what Atlas does. We take noisy data that looks like this, accelerometers that exist in your cell phone, in your laptops, in your cameras today. Data that looks like noise that no one else knows what to do with. We take that and convert it into context, into value. So we'll know if you're doing jumping jacks earlier on and whether or not you brush your teeth at night. We extract new value from existing data streams. Our data input predominantly focuses on accelerometers and gyroscopes, and these are very low cost and high scale pieces of hardware. But we didn't just start with fitness. We've continued our solution and expanded into multiple industries, looking at custom experiences that are not only for fitness, but also not only for humans. We're excited to announce that during the Parallel 18 program, we've secured a licensing deal with a Fortune 100 company and have other customers in these different verticals. For example, in the industrial safety and monitoring industry, the Atlas technology can be used to monitor boxes lifted if an individual is experiencing fatigue. But perhaps more interestingly, to stretch our minds, our technology can also be applied to chickens. You can put a wearable device on the ankle of a chicken, and we can track the different types of motion, patterns of motion, and intensities of motion in order to identify at-risk populations of your chicken, to reduce antibiotic usage, to shift which pens the chickens are in from a temperature level to improve their health and wellness and increase the efficiency of your livestock. We're a lean team with only 6 full-time equivalents with over 100 years of experience delivering products to market. We have a growing Puerto Rican data science team and have a lot of experiences in adjacent industries. My name is Peter, and I'm with Atlas Wearables. If you or know anybody working in these industries, please email me because we'd love to talk about how Atlas can help you. Thank you.
Are you racing?
We are not raising right now. We just closed our round middle of last year. We have new products coming out and near the end of this year, and we'll be looking at raising in 2019.
Can you tell us how that's going to look like, or you still don't have a clear idea?
We still don't know yet, but please do email us because we always love to talk.
Do you have ongoing pilots in all these verticals?
We have either a licensing deal already signed or an ongoing pilot in 4 out of 5 of these verticals.
How have you validated your tech?
Great question. So from a livestock perspective, typically some facilities will have dedicated resources to convert video footage of an animal and then identify which animals may be at risk. They might have video footage or they might do it in person. that becomes essentially a truth value for us, where we take that video, we put wearables on these animals at the same time, and then use the output of our system and compare it to what the current professionals use today in the market. And we can validate our tech based on a comparison between the outputs of our solution that are automated with the current more expensive options of human labor to convert that raw data into something valuable.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
All right, interesting stuff. So this next company eases the pains of companies like mine. They facilitate B2B international payments. So let's give a round of applause for Husky.
Hi, my name is Thiago, and I'm the founder of Husky. Husky is growing 20% month over month because it makes international payments easy for companies. The banks are charging $280 billion in commissions every year by moving $25 trillion in the B2B cross-border money transfer market. And we want a stake on that. We're not competing with PayPal or TransferWise in the remittance market. This is professional payments for companies. And there is one new thing that's very important about these companies. Their workforce is now full of millennials and Generation Y. They think and act differently. Programmers, designers working remotely, digital influencers, entrepreneurs shaping the world, gamers making a lot of money, M&A boutiques, affiliate programs, VR stores, they all need to send and receive international payments. Now, we understand that this is a new kind of unbanked people, but in a different way. They have access to the banks, but banks don't know how to serve them well. We do. We make international payments easy for companies. We launched it 2 years ago, and we're still growing 20% month over month. At this point, we have moved about $8 million already. We've grown 2.5 times since we joined the Parallel 18 family back in August past year. And Puerto Rico allowed us to enter the US financial system, a critical step as we expand globally. The top tech companies in the planet, like Google and Facebook, are using Husky to pay people internationally. Now, our clients are in Latin America. We provide virtual bank accounts for them in the US and Europe. Now they can easily receive payments from international companies with a simple domestic transfer. Then we route the money to the final destination, combining blockchain and SWIFT. And for that, we charge a percentage fee on every transaction. We ensure banking-level compliance on every customer with a modern and transparent way. It's a pretty heavy background check, packed into a smooth user experience for our customers. That's how we made over $200,000 in revenue so far from soon to be 1,000 clients. We are a small team of 9 people that know how to escalate a business. You know, hackers, designers, these sexy people, experts in financial regulation, in innovation and software. If you are interested in the crypto market, please reach out to me. Also, if you represent a bank, we have clients for you. We're Husky, and we make international payments easy for companies. Thank you very much.
How do you partner with banks in the US or elsewhere? Do you integrate? I mean, do you require the banks to have APIs? Do you have partnerships that make that easier for you?
Yeah, we need to close partnerships with banks in US and Europe to be able to provide these virtual bank accounts. So to do that, we basically use our network. It's a long-term deal that we make because we pay for every customer that we put there. So it's a pretty hard negotiation. So that's how we make it.
Talk to us a little bit about the mix between payments received through blockchain and payments received through SWIFT.
Perfect. When we receive a payment, our software will compute, will understand how this money should flow to the final destination. And this is based in the moment of the crypto market, in the liquidity, and also on the regulation of both sides, the source and the destination of the payment. That way we ensure that the compliance is 100%, that we're doing something authorized always, and also increase our profitability as we understand the best options to process the payments.
Are you raising any money?
Not at this moment. We're still figuring out our B2B model, the type of customers we want to approach. And as soon as we have a more precise idea on how to scale on that side, then we would probably raise some money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so anyone from Puerto Rico, did you also spend time stalking a la Monzon on Facebook every single second of your day during Hurricane Irma and Maria? Because I know I did. So if any of you sent any Facebook messages to a la Monzon, you were actually talking to the technology that this next startup created, BrainHi. So this is a Puerto Rican startup, and now we're going to hear what they've been doing since. Give it up for Emmanuel.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emmanuel. I am the CEO of BrainHi, an automated receptionist for healthcare offices. This is my co-founder, Israel. We met each other while we were both students from the University of Puerto Rican, Maya West, El Colegio. And thank you, from Colegiales here. And I learned about artificial intelligence by doing research in MIT and got to work with Israel while we were both software developers for a startup in Silicon Valley called Yifty. And we started to explore artificial intelligence and got to work with awesome brands like a la Monzon and supported her through one of the most important moments of Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria. We actually have processed 3 million of automated conversations only with that project. But it was a very personal experience that made us focus on healthcare offices. I remember trying to call 3 different dentists when I had a dental urgency, and none of them answered the phone. And initially I thought, maybe they're just full of patients and they don't care that much about customer service. But when I took a closer look, I saw that these businesses are heavily understaffed. They have 1 or 2 rock stars doing the job of 4 people. And that's how all these bad customer service problems start to arise. This is a specific example. Every office loses 3 daily missed calls from new patients, and that translates into $4,500 every month of lost revenue. So what we did was we took a problem that we were very passionate about as patients, and we put it into a product that was able to provide value to every office by adding them more patients and helping them do less clerical work. This is the product. It's an automated receptionist for healthcare offices. And what we actually do, we manage the dead traffic of these offices. How that works, let me give you a specific example. Instead of all of those missed calls that I mentioned earlier going to the voicemail, they go to our system and we do the automated interaction, answer non-medical questions, and schedule appointments automatically. Not only we do the automation, but we provide a dashboard where secretaries are able to interact and monitor conversations whenever it's necessary. And this is the business model. We charge $300 every month, and in ROI, every month, the offices get approximately $3,000 because of all the traffic that we are able to rescue. And the big opportunity that we're pursuing here is, what if we could automate all of this repetitive patient receptionist communications? And that's a $1.4 billion opportunity if we only focus on small and medium healthcare offices. Now, big ideas and big markets need a lot of traction, and this is what we got. We started in August with an MRR of $500, and since then, we've been growing 73% every month, and we just hit our 10,000 in monthly recurring revenues milestone. Not only that, none of our customers have left us. We have 0% churn rate. And more importantly, we just closed our first doctor in Miami, proving that there's a lot of opportunity to scale. We were able to 10x our growth during Hurricane Maria, so we're a relentless team that is going to continue to grow. And now we're on to our next milestones. 100K in monthly recurring revenues, continue scaling in the US, and raise a Series A by the end of 2018. So we're looking for a seed investment to accomplish those goals. We're BrainHi, and we're gonna be your favorite receptionist. So remember to tell your doctors to hire us. Thank you.
What informed your pricing strategy, the 300 monthly
Can you
subscription?
repeat that?
What informed the $300 per month pricing strategy?
Right, so there are other doctors are used to paying software like electronic health records, and they pay like a subscription of $150, $200. But it's just the value that we're providing to doctors, and we've been growing that number and scaling that number as we go, and that's just the number that we've been able to sell the most. But we're continuing to testing our pricing strategy.
And what exactly is your U.S. expansion strategy?
Sorry?
What is your U.S. expansion strategy?
Yeah,
Like, how are you going to go to market?
Yeah, so we have a customer in Miami who is very excited about our technology, and we are very focused in Puerto Rico right now. But in terms of the US, we're leveraging that relationship that we have with that doctor and start getting referrals. But more importantly, we've seen that IT providers here in Puerto Rico, they're very interested in reselling our technology. And we've seen that IT providers tend to resell products in the US. So that's one very specific approach that we're taking. And actually, we've been accepted in the Alchemist Accelerator in Silicon Valley. We're going to use that moment and that opportunity to continue scaling to the US.
Can you develop a little further in a potential expansion into Latin America, actually?
Well, that's very interesting because you might think that in the US there's a lot of new ways that people are interacting with doctors, but Latin America is very advanced in the way that they interact with their patients. They already use WhatsApp and they use messaging platforms to schedule with appointments and do things like that. So we definitely see an opportunity to scale to Latin America and help automate a lot of that process.
Can you remind us what how much you're raising in your seed round?
We're raising $250,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. As someone who has a startup, I know how hard and complicated project management can be. So this next startup makes project management made easy for G Suite users. Workep integrates and automates the entire suite into a collaborative platform. So give it up for Workep.
Hi, good morning. We are Workep. I am Carlos Alvarez, the founder and CEO. We are a project management platform for G Suite that completely integrates and automates everything in one place. 5 years ago, we started working in the productivity industry as a project managers managing teams around the world. And with my partner, we saw that at the companies that we worked and the companies that we advise about productivity workflows, normally we use always G Suite, that is Google Suite. During this time, we saw that all the enterprise suites have their project management platform included, like Microsoft Project, ByPrice Project, etc. But we use Google Suite from the beginning, and Google lacks a project management platform. So that is creating a problem across coordination because these companies, as our team, needs to use another project management platforms that are not designed for Google. So we need to integrate all the platforms manually. After that, we are wasting time trying to integrate all these tools and trying to integrate the information across these tools. And finally, this is increasing the budget in two sides. First, companies are paying for solutions that are not designed for G Suite, and also projects need more time to be completed. So we started creating a platform that just with a single click can centralize all the Google apps into one place without technical knowledge. The second step was to integrate automation inside platform. For example, you can export the project reports into a Google slide presentations with a single click, or export the Gantt chart into a Google spreadsheet with a single click. So now we are moving to AI. With all this data integrated, we can predict how is the evolution of the project, and we can help these teams to achieve the projects in less time. So we know that the opportunity on this market is huge, but we are targeting a specific segment of this piece of market, that is the G Suite users, that is valued in $1.5 billion. Our model is a SaaS freemium. We are capturing the list in the freemium model, and now we are moving to, we moved then to 2 plans, one for medium-sized companies, and now we are launching the enterprise plan. So the way to grow is to use the Google resellers. That is a great market because Google has used this program to distribute G Suite around the world. They already have 15,000 resellers, and we already have 150 of them subscribed to start distributing Workep. We have not started yet. We are just start creating like all the strategy around that. For now, we are capturing all the leads in Workep for direct sales, inbound marketing, and social media marketing. For now, we have 35,000 users. We launched the past year from 1,500 companies. And we know that the people is using really well the product because we already have 100,400 users in daily active users. So all of these users was free until December, but we launched the premium plans, and from then we are growing 100% in revenue, month over month. So about our competitive advantage, Workep is designed as a Google product, so people feels and look that it's like a Google product. It's automated for Google, it's the first product that is applying AI, so in cost and effective is the best option for G Suite. All of this is thanks to a team that have all the experience in the productivity market as a project owners, and also with the experience in machine learning and AI with all the technical skills. We are raising $600,000. We already have 70% commitment. And if you have a company that uses Google Apps, welcome to the new era of productivity. Thank you so much.
It's hard to come up with questions when you've already talked to them the day before a little bit. So tell me a little bit about how you can spread this beyond, just the direct sale and through the reseller. Is there another option there?
Yeah, the direct sales right now, we are capturing all the leads for inbound marketing, so we are not investing, we just started investing in marketing, but always everything was organic. The resellers model is better because they can do the acquisition of the customers, they can do the support of the customers, and also they can do the training of these customers. So this is going to reduce the time for us to grow quickly, and we would already have all the resellers around the world.
Let me ask one more follow-up. So I know that it doesn't quite matter where you are for project management, but do you have pockets of people in different cities? Do you see that like kind of word of mouth, kind of viral growth at all, or has it spread a different way?
So for now, normally teams that are using Workep are distributed around the world. Yeah?
But as far as like sharing, like someone saying, I'm using this, it's working great for me, you should try this. Are you seeing that at all?
Exactly. Actually, normally there's a great case because the first user in Workep is a normal user in any company. It could be the salesperson, the marketing person, and after that, this person is taking like the job in charge to move Workep into the whole organization.
Two very quick ones. One, your current customers, where are they geographically? And second, can you talk about the conversion when you launched the freemium model? Like what percentage converted, month 1, 2, and 3?
Yes. We are in 28 countries. That is an important thing because we are in 7 languages. We can grow in languages as we want because we created an algorithm that is able to translate the platform in any language with a single file. The growth is now 22.8% regarding the people converted to the premium plans.
Thank you.
All right. So this next startup I can identify with in a few ways. So we are both in the heavily regulated healthcare market, but we are also both Puerto Rican startups with local talent, and we are innovating locally here in Puerto Rico, but we have a global reach. This is Gunther from Textual Minds. Guys, give a round of applause.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gunter Costas, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Textual Mind. Let's first make a survey. How many of you would like to be the customer or an investor in a medical device company that's having serious compliance issues? I don't see any hand come up, and that's a good idea because the consequences can go from killing patients to killing companies. Look what happened with Theranos. They were the darling of Silicon Valley until one of their original sins became known, which was that they were not complying with FDA regulations. And this is just not impacting startups. The global medical device market is carrying a $30 billion in costs related to compliance and remediation every year. And one of the reasons this is so difficult is because it's labor intensive. You have people reviewing documents, hundreds of thousands of documents, even millions of documents, and trying to find the gaps. And as regulations have become more complex and regulatory expectations have risen, companies are falling further behind. And then they've done what they think is the only thing they can do, which is just throw more people to the problem. And they're right about that until we, Textual Mind, came along. At Textual Mind, we have an AI-based platform that's able to review those documents and identify the gaps, tell you about them before the FDA finds it out for you. And the process is very straightforward. You upload your documents to our platform for continuous review since regulations change and the way they are interpreted. We do a risk analysis, and we assign a rating to every one of those documents and process areas because you can't boil the ocean. We give you guidance on what areas you should be focusing in. And when the company is ready to exchange documents with suppliers, key partners, and more importantly, regulators, we apply our electronic signature and upload that together with the document's metadata to the blockchain so that that's our sign of quality that has gone through our system. This is serious money that we're talking about. So a case study, in one of our companies, we found issues that would have cost the company over $50 million a year per fine. And in a startup or a smaller company, that would mean the death of them. We're creating a new market segment, and we made sure that we have the capabilities to be both competitive and have a defensible position in the market. And there's traction, so the industry is buying into our vision. We have people are willing to pay for a product. We have run a number of pilots, and we're turning them into paid engagements. And we've started a relationship with the FDA. That's critical for us. We want them to be a customer. That way, our sales cycle is going to be much shorter. Our team is composed of Daisy and I. We're the co-founders. We worked for more than 15 years together at Medtronic, a major medical device manufacturer. And we have advisors that have experience in the medical device field and also in startups, helping us in this process. Our revenue model is subscription-based. So we have a $2,000 subscription just to get inside the company, and then we do the upsell to get to our higher level subscriptions. And we're looking to raise $1.2 million. We have raised already locally to $25,000. And we will use that money to make our engineering team more robust and also to execute on our FDA strategy. And that's reflected on our milestones. First focusing on the medical device space and then moving also to the pharmaceutical space, which is 4 times the size of the medical device industry. So there's a lot of opportunity to help us in our hockey stick. So at Textual Mind, we have a vision, which is that when an auditor comes through the door or when a company is doing due diligence for partners or for acquisitions, the first thing they'll ask is for the Textual Mind report. And if you want to join us in this drive and this innovation they're bringing to the market, let us know. Thank you so much.
As you've grown the company, how have you refined your entry point into companies that you've talked to? So I saw the cost to subscribe. However,
yes.
how do you actually sell that, and how have you shortened the sales cycle?
Okay, yeah, so our first point here is that we're looking to have a price point that is 1/10 of what hiring people will cost the company. And then we're also talking about the savings that if you have an FDA finding, what that will cost, and if we find it, you can fix that first. So that's how we came to that price point. And also we're working with the FDA because that will help our shorten the sales cycle because people will want access to the technology that the FDA is using to audit themselves.
with the paperwork you're working with also include clinical trial paperwork and documentation?
We are focusing initially on 21 CFR 820, and within that 820-100 with its CAPA and 820-90, which is the non-conforming product, but our aspiration is to get through all 820 and then also through the whole product life cycle.
The blockchain component, is it a distributed ledger or is it a decentralized technology?
Yes, no, we will be using a distributed ledger, probably Ethereum. So that's it will be existing technology, not a blockchain that we will build for ourselves.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye.
All right, how's everyone doing? Woo! Yes, that's what I like to hear. So not to worry, we only have 5 more companies before the break, and then we'll give you coffee and snacks and all that fun stuff. So keep up with the energy. I like it. All right. So we all have that one friend that we would not trust driving with our car. So what Woocar does is that it gives you factual evidence of driving patterns, risky behavior, and fuel consumption. So that's pretty interesting. So put your hands together for Woocar.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lucas, co-founder and CTO of Woocar. Did you know that 60% of fleet operational costs are spent in fuel and maintenance? And did you know that last year was a record year in the US for deadly car crashes? And of those accidents, 90% were due to human distractions. That's why we created Woocar, in order to save up to 15% in fleet operational costs and reduce the risk of distracted driving by 40%. And when I say fleets, I mean any fleets. Long-haul fleets, corporate fleets, last-mile fleets. Our eco-driving and safety algorithms allow us to coach drivers to improve the way they drive. Because at the end of the day, it's a human behind the wheel that has the power to decrease costs and reduce risks. But if you think these savings are great, you're in for a treat, because tracking driving patterns have alternate benefits. Woocar fleets can also reduce the costs on their insurance premiums. Do you use Pokemon Go? Do you know Pokemon Go? We use the same sensors they do. We use accelerometers, gyroscope, and GPS data, and we combine them with our machine learning algorithms to categorize driving behavior. We are a B2B software as a service company, and we would like to call ourselves a fleet management as a service company. We only charge $10 per driver per month, and we charge a small fraction of what a fleet actually saves. In Latin America alone, we are talking about 22 million commercial vehicles, of which only 10% belong to fleets where efforts are being taken to optimize their performance. And if you talk about fuel payments, it's a huge $1 trillion market. We are currently working with the biggest credit card company in the world and the International Bank of China to implement fuel payments in Latin America. We also have 10 fleets with around 300 drivers using our technology. And we would like to announce that in Puerto Rico, we are working with Puma Energy and the Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust. And we're looking forward to grow our operations here. In comparison to our competitors, we require no additional hardware to work. We use something everyone has, a smartphone. Or we could capture data from existing black boxes. Or once cars are fully connected, we could capture that data as well. So we are affordable and flexible enough to capture and analyze data now and in the future. Our team has past experience in the automotive, environmental, and big data worlds. We are a solid team, and we have what it takes to make Woocar great. We have previously raised $120,000, and we are looking for investors that would like to participate on a $200,000 round to expand in Latin America and to keep improving our fleet and fuel management technology. We are Woocar. If you're interested in investing, or if you have any fleets that requires optimizing, please let me know. I'll be around for the rest of the day.
What does an exit look like for Woocar?
Well, Verizon just bought Fleetmatic 6 months ago for $2 billion in the US. SendDrive raised $13 million in Series A. So we're actually looking for...
Looks pretty good. Looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Thank you.
How does your smartphone-based technology compare against the hardware solutions that some of your competitors use? The smartphone,
Yeah.
you know, you're using the gyroscope, accelerometer, and GPS.
Yeah.
How does that compare from the hardware companies that are doing the same thing but with standalone hardware?
We are way cheaper. We can roll out the friction from when you want to start the pilot, the friction with our platform is like minutes. If you want to install a black box on a fleet, it may take like a few months. So we are super affordable and like super fast to implement.
But are the results the same? Like, have you tested or compared and contrast?
Yes, we are. We are currently working in Argentina with a fleet that they already have a company with black boxes that they're using their technology, and they're comparing it against us because they want to like get rid of them and stay with us. So basically, we're doing that.
Tell us a little bit about the viability of working this with eventually electric cars.
I'm sorry.
Like the viability to work with your product with eventually electric cars.
Actually, our eco drivings do, our eco scores do not depend on the powertrain you're using. So basically, even if you are using an electric car, our eco score will mean that if you have a better score, you will consume less electricity or fuel.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right, guys. So you have just a few more startups before the coffee break. After the coffee break, we still have another round of amazing startups. So don't leave at halftime. Come back for the second half of the show. It's when everyone gets to vote, and the real fun is after the event. So on deck, we have another homegrown startup. This was developed by a team from the UPR in Mayaguez. Yeah! It's an amazing university. All right. Parknet is a hardware and software company in the security business. Let's hear it for Antonio.
Good morning. My name is Antonio. I'm the co-founder of Parknet. What we do is innovative hardware and software that grants access to restricted areas using smartphones or any identity verification mechanism. To put our technology into perspective, I will use the scenario of gated communities and apartment complexes. As you may have experienced, getting through the entrance of one of these access control systems can take you anywhere from 3 to 15 minutes, mostly due to human error. To speed things up, sometimes security guards allow the entrance of anybody that approaches the gate, and residents share the universal teleentry key to their access control system. This opens the door to a whole set of very serious problems. But the biggest inefficiency of these access control systems is that they use the security guard as a secretary to write down names and make house calls, instead of patrolling the community. From the administrator's perspective, the access control systems used today require them to physically go to the access control location and use a specific computer with a specific software. On top of that, none of these systems are capable of operating without a landline. They require telephone landlines, and most of them are still down after Hurricane Maria. Our Internet of Things solution allows residents to quickly pre-authorize visitors to enter their gated community. Every authorization and every entrance is registered in a log that can be accessed from any smartphone or any computer. And in terms of security, using smartphones as an identity verification mechanism is trustworthy enough for the TSA to use it for boarding passes in airports. To the administrators, we provide them with a dashboard that allows them to fully manage their gated community, that is, edit resident privileges, as well as to monitor everything that's going on in their gated community in real time. For the hardware and installation of this system, we charge around $1,000, and we also charge a monthly fee depending on the amount of residents inside the gated community or apartment complex. That fee covers the use of our platform, as well as any repairs and hardware replacements. So I showed you how our technology works for gated communities and apartment complexes. But the same hardware and the same software can be easily applied to parking lots and integrated with the parking lot payment system, so you don't need line tickets or have to deal with cash. It can also be used for offices. Sorry about that. It can also be used for offices as it's being currently used in Parada 18 and Cocoa House. This is a video of how it works in an office environment. In this video, Natalia, one of the members of the Parada 18 staff, is going to be sharing a key to Daniel, one of the founders of the startups. All she has to do is write down Daniel's name, phone number, and the period of time he's allowed into the facilities. When Daniel arrives at the Parada 18 facilities, that key will pop up in his home screen from his Apple Wallet, and all he has to do is scan it, and the door opens. The founding team behind this company is Alan Lopez, the CTO, and me, Antonio Ramos, as the CEO. We both graduated from the University of Puerto Rico, Maya West, from computer engineering and electrical engineering. So to wrap up, this is a fully customizable access control system. It can be either a standalone or it can be implemented with the existing access control system. And we're very proud to say it was completely developed by a team of Puerto Rican hardware and software developers, engineers, and entrepreneurs. You're welcome to approach us to find out how you can integrate Parknet with your existing access control system. And if you have anybody you think might be interested in this system, please refer them to us so we can contact them. Thank you.
I have 3 questions. One is, who are your competitors? What's your Latin American expansion plan, if it's Latin American or the US? And if you're raising.
Okay, so our competitors are linear access and other access control hardware, like the one I showed you in the slide of the administrators. And they are not, most of them are not network capable, which means that they have to travel to the access control area in order to edit and make changes to the resident privileges. About the Latin America, we actually been approached by property managers of apartments and Airbnbs, and they want to integrate our technology for the Airbnb systems.
Are you raising?
Right now, we don't have the current number that we're raising because we're focusing on 2 major projects. After we get a response from those 2 projects, we will know how much exactly we're raising. But probably it's going to be between 5,000 and 1 million. We plan to contract 3 salespeople and 2 more developers.
How easy have you found that it is to displace a building that already has a system that they paid for?
Well, since our technology integrates with the existing access control system, it's pretty easy. We actually give them a lower installation cost than they already paid for the other system. Most of those systems tend to stop working. After 1 year, they have a lot of problems, so they have to be calling the repair guys. That's $50 every call. And yeah, they're pretty responsive. In fact, we just went to our first homeowners association and event, and they were very responsive. We got a lot of leads, and we will be installing pilots in the next weeks.
Thank you.
Okay, as a startup founder, I can tell you how much I needed a company like the one that's coming up next. To tell you more about what Backstarup does, please welcome girl boss, Juana Barco.
Hey, what up? Give it up for female founders. So, somebody once told me that back office is not sexy. And I'm here to prove that someone wrong. Just in 2017, almost 400,000 companies were created in Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, Peru, Chile, and Puerto Rico. And as we speak, there are almost 2 million companies running in those countries, small companies and startups. All of them have the same pain. They have to deal with their taxes, with their payroll, and with the legal issues in countries where the law is constantly changing and where they have to file for taxes almost every month. That's why we created Backstarup, an end-to-end solution that takes care of your company's back office, that integrates in the same place, as software, accountants, and lawyers. And you may ask, how do we do it? Of course we have attorneys, of course we have accountants, but we give them superpowers through technology. On the back end of our services, we have integrations with banks and with different public entities in order to gather our consumers' information. We also have image recognition that helps us extract information, minimizing human interaction. And at the end, we have artificial intelligence that helps us classify our customers' information and make predictions about what they're gonna need in their next months. That, with our accountants and lawyers, helps us give our customers a full service that includes payments, payroll, taxes, legal, and financial statements, all through our platform, Abby. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about our numbers. Just in February of this month, we ended up with a revenue of $42,000. We have over 180 customers that use our services, and more than 110 of them that are recurring customers. That means they pay us every month for our services. These with only a 2% churn rate. And what I love the most is we've grown all this way without almost non-investment. In 2017, we reached a revenue of $334,000. But in 2018, we want to reach a revenue of $1 million. And I know you're thinking, well, how are you going to do that? Well, it's quite simple, or not that quite simple, but we have an alliance with two big banks, Bancolombia, the biggest bank in Colombia, and Nexo Banregio, which is the Silicon Valley Bank for Mexico, that will allow us to reach 1.5 million small businesses without spending a penny. So I'm Juana Barco, I'm Backstarup CEO and founder, and these are my co-founders, a team each with over 10 years of experience in key aspects of our business. We've only received investments by 500 startups and are grateful for Parallel 18's help. What are we going to do next? We're raising a seed round for $350,000, which will be invested 60% in technology and 40% in business development. So imagine, if we've gone this far with so little money, we would work wonders with yours. And the next question is, well, why Puerto Rico? Actually, we love Puerto Rico, and you have the same pains we already know how to handle. Our platform is ready to work in Puerto Rico, so we're looking for clients that need our help. And we're also looking for key investors to help us take over Latin America. So if you're an investor or you're a startup, I urge you to join us in making Backstarup the sexiest back office business in whole Latin America. Thank you very much. I'm Juana Barco.
Two quick ones. One, can you give us a flavor for the mix of companies that you're already serving? Are they, employee base? How big are they?
So we are serving companies that are from incorporation. We actually incorporate a lot of them, but we have companies that have already raised a Series A or Series B. And we also have subsidiaries for other companies. So we've worked with a school, we've worked with human talent companies. We actually do the back office for back office companies. So there's a wide span.
Okay, and then last one. Your relations with the accountants and lawyers. A lot of these small businesses in Latin America have a relationship with them. Are they sort of, can they also be a referral for you, or do you see them as more like on the back end?
What we do, we have a base team in both countries, but what we do is we affiliate a lot of accountants in order to turn on and off our services. We are not a traditional accounting and law firm, so we don't have a whole army of accountants and lawyers. We have a lot of accountants and lawyers that are satellite accountants that work from their home, and we pay them per accounting. So we can also affiliate accountants in the future.
What's your onboarding process look like?
We have a 100% virtual onboarding process. So what usually happens is you go to our platform, sign up for a free trial, and when you're gonna go to the premium services, we're gonna ask you 3 questions. How many movements do you have in the month? So how many invoices you get and prepare? How many employees you have and how many bank accounts you have. Once you give us that information, the same platform will give you your fee, and you can accept our processes through the same platform, which will ask you to upload some documents in order to continue. At the end, that ends with it can be virtual or presential one-on-one meeting with your accountant, and then it all goes.
How important is the technological backbone of the company to automate the process and allow you to give those superpowers to
So
accountants and
since we
lawyers.
started with our technology, because we weren't always a tech company, we pivoted a year ago and a half. And since we started with our technology, we've managed to increase our margins in 54%. So it's actually a key aspect. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. So AR is one of the hottest trends in technology, and that is because of how many applications it has. So CamOn is helping users, brands, and media agencies get on the AR train very easily. Companies like Disney and Nike are already using this startup's platform. Let's hear why. Here's CamOn.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Damian. I'm co-founder of CamOnApp. CamOnApp is an AR software company. We help brands to create digital content into the real world. With our technology, users are able to scan images and objects of the real world, like packaging products, outdoor media, print media, and discover interactive content like videos, games, animations, image galleries, links to websites, or social media. Users are also able to find AR content in the street by geolocation data, or they can play or interact with their faces by face detection technology. For brands, media, agencies, we have a web platform, CamOnApp Studio. Any multimedia designer can create in a very easy way an AR content and upload it into the real world. It doesn't require any programming skills, and also provides a dashboard of metrics and statistics to analyze the performance of the campaigns. So the AR market is booming. Companies like Google, Facebook, Snapchat are leading investments in AR and VR market, and by 2020, it will reach $120 billion of revenues for companies of this industry. Our company is focused on advertising market. Brands invest more than half of their advertising budgets in offline media, and with our solution, we combine the best of offline and online media. And advertising is just the beginning. We have many opportunities in other markets like education, editorial, heavy industry, art, and many others. How do we make money with this? We have a custom service with a team of designers, developers. We build AR content and AR apps for our clients. We work with them since the strategy, and we have a standard process to optimize cost and times. We also have a SaaS service where any designer, any developer can create their own app or content with our CamOnApp Studio platform or CamOnApp SDK with a monthly subscription. So the company is working now with more than 80 brands. Some of our most important clients are Disney, Nike, Mondelez, AB InBev, Arcor, and many others. We delivered more than 2,000 AR contents, and we reached $500,000 in revenues in the last 2 years. The goal for the next 12 months is to reach $1 million in revenues. Pepe and Federico are my two co-founders. We have been working together for the last 6 years. We have also a team of 8 people between designers, developers, 3D experts, marketing, and sales managers. And we have long experience in advertising, augmented reality, IT, and art. We are looking for $300K in investment to expand our business in Latin America. Our direct competitors are based in Europe and USA, and we are the leading company in Argentina. We need to enlarge our sales team and our IT team to launch new products and reach those new markets. So if you are a small company, a big company, a student, a freelancer, an agency of Puerto Rico, and you want to innovate and create AR content, just contact us. Thank you so much.
So how scalable is this? I mean, 5 years down the road, how big do you think this company is going to be? And what about your competitors? Do you think they're going to come to Latin America?
Yes, we can scale with our custom team. We just need only multimedia designers. There's a lot of multimedia designers in many markets, so it's not a very high qualified people that we need to create custom content. And we also have the SaaS solution where any designer, any developer, any part of the world can create their own AR content or AR app. So that's the way we can scale. We have some difference with our competitors, and we know the Latin American market. We have lower prices. We have some difference in product that I want to get in details of that, but that's the big difference on how we can scale.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Okay. All right, guys. 2 good news. This is the last company before the break, and I'm really excited about this one because I have a huge sweet tooth, and just like me, thousands of locals and visitors are going crazy over this company. Señor Paleta is one of the fastest growing brands in Puerto Rico, so Ramon, please tell us about your super sweet company. Give it up.
In the $12 billion ice cream market, we wanted the opportunity to develop a national brand. We thought there was a trend in the frozen novelty, premium quality, and ethnic-related flavors. Hi, my name is Ramon, co-founder and CEO of Señor Paleta. And yes, we are the one with the hat, the stripe, but most importantly, the heart. It all started in 2014 when we had the idea to bring to Puerto Rico the culture of paleterias. We wanted to make it our own by giving it a Caribbean twist and providing a unique brand experience for our consumer. And in just a little over 3 years, what started as a dream with a tricycle as our only points of sales has become Señor Paleta, the #1 artisan ice pop company in Puerto Rico and in the Caribbean, with over $2 million in yearly sales. Our specialty is to create unique artisan ice pop recipe with natural and quality ingredients like fresh fruit, premium nuts, chocolate, and pastries. And with over 30 flavors offered daily and more added monthly, there's definitely a little something for everyone. People love our Caribbean flavors like pineapple, coconut, and mango. And who doesn't like an indulgent treat like strawberry filled with Nutella? Our company was founded by Jennifer and me, and even though our background is in the medical field, Jennifer's a physician and I am a pharmacy, we apply all the discipline and skills we learned during our profession in our current operation. We have grown to an incredible team of 52 employees between managers, client service representatives, and ice pop makers. We all know that sales is about attention, and with 155,000 followers, we are one of the top 5 global ice pop brands in social media, with 20% of our followers coming from the United States, and tourists have chosen us as the #1 San Juan dessert option for 2 years in a row to TripAdvisor. Our main consumer target is the millennial segment, and we see an 80-20 distribution between our social followers, with the majority of that being women. We mainly focus in the Hispanic segment since we are only in Puerto Rico for now. Our main revenue source comes from the sales of ice pop, and we have doubled our sales every year. For 2016, we saw a 420% growth, and for 2017, we saw a 175% increase. Our 5 points of sales are located in high-traffic metropolitan area, and for this year, we plan to open a new manufacturing facility and 3 new points of sales. Our vision with our concept is to scale it rapidly to corporate-owned and franchise store, and that is why we are looking for strategic partnership with retail and real estate spirits. One of our main strategies to achieve this goal is to leverage our brand recognition here in the island with the Puerto Rican diaspora all over the world. Now, who would like to taste the joy with a delicious paleta?
What do your margins look like?
We try to maintain a cost below 30%, the cost of goods. So we're in 70% plus margin. If you refer to net margin, at the end of the year, we're average 30 plus net income every year.
Are you raising money?
Right now, we are looking for possibilities for partnership, obviously, and if we can get in tune with something that is beneficial for both parties, sure.
So you're hard to get.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
So are you focused on Hispanics only? Only Hispanics love this?
Yeah, no, not only Hispanic love this. We want to leverage the Puerto Rican brand recognition with the over 6 million Puerto Rican that are in the United States. But we have 20% of our followers from the States, and the TripAdvisor platform is mainly tourists from other parts of the country, and they love the product.
Thank you.
Oh man, those things are delicious.
They really, really are.
I am a Señor Paleta consumer, as are my children. I contributed to the sales. How are you guys feeling? All of those companies, what do you guys think about those companies? Yeah, big round of applause for them. It is not easy to get up here and pitch your business. So we have made it to the halfway mark. You still have more amazing companies, but first, everybody can go outside, enjoy a paleta, a coffee, a snack, and you can also join in on a community mural that Parallel 18's talented lead creative, Jonathan, has created. Take some selfies, take some photos.
Yes, and for anyone who's watching us at home or at work through live stream, don't go anywhere. It's just going to be a 15-minute break, and then we have our second half of companies. So no one here leave, and those watching at home, don't leave either.
Buen provecho.
Gracias.